Space Force Season 2 just released on Netflix this past Friday and brings back the original cast. Steve Carell, John Malkovich, Ben Schwartz, Diana Silvers, Tawny Newsome, Jimmy O. Yang, and Don Lake and Lisa Kudrow, and brings in as the new secretary, Tim Meadows. Season 2 begins right where Season 1 ended after that big event at the end of Season 1. Tim Meadows is secretary and cuts half the budget of Space Force, and they have to earn their way back their money to get everyone raises. But as that's happening, other people are gaining other job opportunities. My name is Max, and welcome back to a brand new non-spoiler and spoiler review of Space Force Season 2. I'll explain why in a second. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell. If you like talking movies, TV shows, and movie rankings and box office too much, please subscribe, ring the bell. I love talking those things, so please subscribe and ring the bell. Also, please comment down below your thoughts. If you want to leave a spoiler tab, let the spoiler say spoiler, then cut below. Did you like Season 1? And who are this is one of the more divisive Netflix shows they've done, especially with this big of a budget and cast. So let me know, where do you stand on Space Force Season 1 and 2? And do you want a Season 3? And please like the video, guys. That's the most important thing you guys can do other than subscribing, is liking the video. That helps the algorithm so more people can check this out. So let's start talking. So as I said, the first 5 minutes of this, I will talk non-spoilers about Space Force Season 2. And then the second half of this review, I will go full spoilers. So just letting you know, in the next 5 minutes, I will go non-spoilers. So based off the ending of Season 1, we have everyone back at Space Force, and you knew that there would be some consequences that what happened at the end of Season 1. Steve Carell has writing credits in a couple episodes. Jimmy O. Yang even wrote one episode himself this season. The whole gang is back together here with Steve Carell and John Malkovich. This is one of the top casts for comedies out there in TV. I was on the positive side of Season 1. I am going to be on the positive side of Season 2. I know this show, a lot of people, again, because it's the creators of The Office, everyone's holding this show to that high of standards. And yes, it does not come close to the standards of The Office, but if you take the show for what it is on its own, I think a lot of more people would find enjoyment in it. The biggest upgrade for me for Season 2 over Season 1 is I thought it was a lot funnier. I thought the first season had more of an overarching story, a destination of where we knew we were going to land. Also, the first season was 10 episodes. This season was 7 episodes, all basically without credits, like 24, 25 minutes an episode. But I found it a lot funnier. I found a lot of the jokes really well done. And the thing that the big difference, I think, between Season 1 and Season 2 is that Season 1 really has this overarching story. And it's really just, even though there's an amazing supporting cast, it's really just about Mark Naird, played by Steve Carell, and his relationship with his chief scientist, Dr. Adrian Mallory, played by John Malkovich. This season is, but at the same time as that's happening, they're also developing this whole story of going to Mars and all these different things that are the race to space and all those different stories. There's clearly an overarching story where we needed to be from the first episode to the 10th episode. This story, there really isn't an overarching defining story taking us from A to Z. Each episode at times feels like its own thing, because this season is really about the character relationships. Some of the best ones I'll talk about. The best, I thought, relationship of the season was Diana Silvers, who is Erin, who is the daughter of Steve Carell. Her and Carell had amazing chemistry, and Diana Silvers, I thought, was the best part of Season 2 of Space Force. That's why I thought John Malkovich was my favorite part of Season 1. Erin has a lot more to do. She's trying to figure out her college life. Is she take a gap year? If her father's going to go to prison for what happened at the end of Season 1, should she stay near her dad? Should she study abroad? All these different things, and the pressures of being, his daughter and all these things. I thought their relationship was really sweet and one of the more emotional parts of the season. Another great relationship, just like we got tits and pieces of at the end of Season 1, which was the Tawny Newsome playing the Captain Angela Lee, who's now come back from space at the end of Season 1 with her, we thought, boyfriend at the beginning, Dr. Chan, played by Jimmy O. Yang. And she's kind of all over the place since coming back. Her world has pretty much been shaken because of this, and her relationship with Dr. Chan has really changed in Season 2. As I said, it's a lot funnier. I really did love the relationships between these characters. And I just had to, again, it's an easy 25 minutes an episode, 7 episodes. It took me a couple days to finish because I'm so busy watching a lot of stuff, but I really do enjoy this show. My biggest issue again with this season compared to the first one, that the season finale just doesn't feel like a season finale until like the last 5 minutes of the episode. Each episode feels like its own thing that, yes, it does connect to the overarching thing of them trying to get raises and to get the budget up, but they're very much secluded episodes. One episode is about Mark Naird talking with the Chinese government about working together. There's an episode about a malfunction. There's an episode about a project, about a doctor's appointment. There's a budget cut. There's a lot of different separate episodes. And I felt like the way the season ended, this definitely felt just like the first season, trying to set stuff up. And I wish this season, because it is season 2, this season, way more than season 1, does feel like set up for a bigger story. That's why I want to talk about spoilers of where the season ends off. Because the first season obviously had overarching story, but also had setup. This season, for the most part, at times feels too much setup that it sometimes doesn't really feel like its own story, which I was very disappointed in. Because I thought that they had the right pieces together. Ben Schwartz is really great. Of course, all the cast is really great. Don Lake has some great jokes in the season. Lisa Kudrow's in there. She's fun. But of course, Carell, Malkovich, Silvers, Schwartz, Newsome, Yang, they're all amazing. And for me, it's a watchable. It's not just more, it's more than watchable. I really have a good time watching the show. I don't think this is great television or one of the best comedies you'll see all year, but if you want a pleasant 25 minutes an episode, 7 episodes on Netflix, and you already watched season 1, I would watch season 2. This cast is too good for you to miss it. So I would give Space Force season 2 a 3.5 out of 5, 70% for season 2. Now let's stop right here because we're going to talk spoilers. So if you've not seen Space Force season 2, I've already talked about my non-spoiler review. Go check it out. Come back to this point, which is around the 7th minute in this video. Let's start talking spoilers of season 2. Last warning, spoilers, season 2. So as I said, the whole season, they were trying to set up that the budget cuts, and everyone started to actually get new opportunities, which is something I really enjoyed about one of my favorite stories of the season. Tony Newsome took Ali took Tony to a realtor thing where they can become realtors. Jimmy O Yang's character, Dr. Chan, got an offer from SpaceX while Mallory was denied from SpaceX. All these different characters were getting other offers because the pay just was not there. In the last episode, which I thought was the strongest episode of the season, just because I felt like a story was actually happening, called The Hack, it ends up at the end of the day, because they stopped this Russian invasion of one of their satellites, Tim Meadows not happily grants them their raises and their budget back. So Tony comes in and, Naird's like, I'm so happy we got our raises. And he just leaves without saying anything because they're all very committed to each other, but they know that the pay isn't there. Space Force is running out of time and they are finding other interests, which I thought was a really nice story beat for the characters. Mallory getting denied, but Chan getting in, I thought was really great. That scene of Chan and him in the VR basically audition was really, really funny. Again, Dr. Chan and Angela had great chemistry. Newsome and Yang are really great together. As I said, Aaron and Naird are amazing together, especially their last scene in the car ride, which we'll get to, which was amazing, where Aaron's like, I'm going to go to Colorado and stay here. And it kind of made him cry that I need to be with you. And I really love the Aaron and Mark relationship that has really, but also the Aaron and Adrian relationship. Malkovich and Silvers also had great chemistry because she started hanging out with Adrian and all of the other scientists, even though she's not getting what's going on. She still built relationships there and really became a family, which I thought was what the first episode did so well with this season was everyone, it was basically just hearings of each of the characters, which brought all the characters together. But at the end of the episode really coming together because now they got their budget back. But they stopped the nuke, and then Ali comes in like, I'm going to send you my resignation. And Nair does not tell her anything. And I thought my favorite scene was Ali in Mark's office, where she's like, I'm done. I found a new job. Thank you. And then, Mark just says, good for you and have a nice time, man. Angela was like, I thought you would say like, we really want you here. And he's like, if I said that, would you stay? And she's like, I wouldn't. So see ya. And here's this letter, open it up when you want to. Angela walks downstairs and says that she's being appointed major. And that was a really fun scene. So they all come back together. Angela's back. They're all back together, and they have this Hawaiian telescope that they have access to, only people who have access to it. And they see that an asteroid is coming, which obviously is going to take a lot quick to fix it. But that seems like to be the big story coming up for Space Force. And that was one of my main issues with the series, that this season, for it to work, desperately needs season 3 to capitalize on the character moments, because it felt like season 3 with this ending sets up a full story about everyone trying to get the asteroids. This season was mainly focused on building character than the actual Space Force itself. It's about the character moments, who these people are, and then them coming together at the end of the episode, which I'm fine with. But if they do not get granted a season 3, this will become a very disappointing season, and definitely lower than season 1. I feel the same way, because I feel like the issues of season 1 became the best parts of season 2, but the flaws of season 2 are the best parts of season 1. So I felt like they're very even to me, even though I did find season 2 funnier. I really do hope they get a season 3. I know a lot of people are very much against this show. I think if they get one more season and see what the story is, I think they could do a really good job. I trust the people behind in front of the camera. This is not great TV. I think if this show does not get a season 3, it's because a lot of people are very divisive on this show. I haven't really heard the numbers yet with Netflix about the show. This has to be dominating because they only got 7 episodes in season 2. So I'm really interested to see if they do get a season 3. It didn't really, I think the show came out in like June, July of 2020, and it didn't even get a renewal until November. So who knows when we'll find out if Space Force is coming back. I am a positive fan of Space Force, so I'm kind of hoping we get a season 3, because this season pretty much depends on a season 3 happening. So that's my thoughts, guys, on Space Force season 2, non-spoiler and spoiler. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe. More videos are coming out soon, including Raised by Wolves season 2 reviews are coming out soon. Righteous Gemstone season 2 review, Euphoria season 2 finale review, the Batman box office breakdown show. They're all coming out soon, so please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.